As of November 2024, Bitcoin is experiencing bullish sentiment fueled by global adoption interest, especially within the BRICS economies exploring alternative financial systems and digital currencies amid US debt concerns. Optimism around the potential for broader institutional investment has further boosted Bitcoin's price trajectory. In contrast, iron ore prices are facing headwinds, primarily from ongoing economic struggles in China. The construction sector remains weak, exacerbated by the country's property crisis, and demand for iron ore has dropped. Iron ore faces further risks from surplus stockpiles at Chinese ports. Copper is experiencing a mixed outlook, while supply constraints, particularly in Zambia and Panama, have caused price spikes. The Chinese slowdown and rising stockpiles are restraining further gains. Long-term demand remains positive due to copper's role in the renewable energy and electric vehicle sectors, but near-term growth is hindered by softening industrial demand globally and cautious investment in infrastructure. G'day folks, welcome back to another market update, and today we're looking at Bitcoin, high-grade copper and iron ore. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel. So here we're looking at Bitcoin first off on the trends for the monthly, the weekly and the daily. You can see there it's hit this resistance, this key resistance at 73,776. It's bounced off that a couple of times. And currently the CCI is weakening and still in the neutral stage within that moving average range. So potentially a weakening sign on the monthly. On the weekly, again hitting that resistance and giving us a somewhat bullish move in the last couple of weeks, but again retracing back towards that moving average band on the CCI 150. On the daily, however, it's actually broken to the downside, giving us a bearish signal. So if you want to trade on intraday, we look at the daily as a reference. So you can see there it's currently approaching this previous resistance, but now support at 66,440 after hitting that key resistance up there. So again, bearish outlook at the moment, and there's no sign of a divergence to talk of. If we go to the intraday charts, again we use the daily as a reference. We only take short trades. You can see there you would have taken short trades if I put in the arrows. A few pretty much it's consolidation at the top there, but then you started getting a few nice little trades, and you'd still be in a trade today. And I like taking profits when it hits the moving average range of the CCI. Alternatively, you can take profits when it hits either the EMA 9 or the moving average range of the price chart. Now you'll notice here as well the CCI 150 on the hourly is broken to the upside. So avoid going long or short until we see the CCI break further to the downside in alignment with the daily trend. So for high-grade copper on the monthly, it's actually broken out into the moving average range as well, giving us a neutral signal. It's been consolidating in that range for some time now, for a number of years. On the weekly chart, again, it's in that moving average range of the weekly CCI 150, giving us a neutral positioning. You can see that the price was bullish up a few weeks ago, but it's actually pulled back a bit. On the daily, again, it hit this minor resistance at 46,908. And it's bounced down from there for a few, this is on the daily, bearish outlook back in those few days in October. And now it's in November, it's actually broken above the moving average range, a very thin moving average range on the CCI, and also above the price chart moving averages, so a bullish movement at the moment. If you go to the intraday charts, we only take long trades. So if I draw the long arrows, again, it's been consolidating in that range for some time, so there would have been a few possible stop losses in there. But again, we only trade in the direction of the daily, so you would not have traded this period because that was bearish or neutral predominantly on the daily. So you would have taken these long trades once you see it break above the moving average range, and that would have been one nice little trade to take. I would have taken profits when it broke into the CCI range there, and that would have been near the top there. And again, re-enter it if and when it breaks above the CCI 150. It's coming close to breaking above again. And you can see there the price has already moved higher, and that's a bearish divergence. So you can see that if I draw it's a slightly higher high there on the price chart versus a lower high on the CCI. That's a bearish divergence, so we may well see it break to the downside in the coming hours possibly, so we'll keep an eye on that. For iron ore on the monthly, it's been consolidating in this range now for a number of years actually. There's no CCI for it, but nonetheless you can see I could call that at the very least a bearish, if not a neutral positioning on the monthly. On the weekly, it seems to be declining, but it's actually broken above the moving average range, giving us a small spike. And again, it's still bullish on the weekly, although the CCI is weakening and it's actually coming back towards that moving average range. So somewhat may turn into a neutral positioning in the coming days or even next week or so. On the daily, We did have a bullish divergence here. Higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. Bounced, hit our minimum target, and we drew a Fibonacci between that low to that high, and that 23.38% is our minimum retrace level. In this case, it's actually broken above around the 61%, which is always a key area, and it bounced down from there and currently hovering around the 50% level. You'll notice as well on the CCI 150, it's still above its moving averages, giving us a somewhat bullish movement for the intraday. And if we go to the intraday charts, again, taking only long trades, we only take long trades when the CCI is above the moving average in accordance with the daily, and you would have had another entry there with the CCI breaking above the CCI moving averages, but also the price moving averages. That would have been another entry there. To support the channel more, hit that like and subscribe button and share the video. For added benefits and the cost of a coffee, consider subscribing to the Patreon page, where we look at weekly scans of bullish trending shares and insider trades that may have occurred. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.